I don't have volume control, Felix. Why would you do this to me?
I don't know. Hello, welcome.
What is
That's
going on?
staying in.
Okay. I don't know. I can't hear any music.
I mean,
I don't know if there is any right now. So. Oh, I can hear it. I can oh, Angel's singing.
all right.
Hello,
we fixed
welcome.
Ben's volume issues.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Matsurai Bayashai.
That's the one. Bayashai. Well known for being the bi part of the series.
Last
This last
time
chapter.
on the show, we spent
We had
4
Declaration of War.
episodes doing the intro.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if every YouTube video had 4 videos that you had to watch before it?
No, you just have one. You have the channel introduction video. You open up the channel, it says, "Hi." Do we have one of those? Do we have a channel intro video?
We don't. We don't.
We need to make
We
one of
also don't
those.
have channel art.
We don't
We
have
don't have
anything
channel
really.
banner.
There's no wonder we haven't made it big and made our YouTube millions yet.
My goodness. Are you telling me that marketing is the bridge between us making it big in the visual novel streaming industry?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, Flex. Anyway, yeah, we're back for another part of Matsubayashi. We're talking weird meta shit right now, it looks like. I think this is Ryukishi chatting to us. But yeah, we've established the stakes of the story now. Finally, in Chapter 8, Arc 8, I should say, we've established that in the end, at the end of the day, this final arc, of which there will be no spin-offs or continuations or alternate timelines, there's going to be a showdown between Takano and Hanyu and the gang.
That's right.
Where Takano has a will of humans that is stronger than all, and Hanyu is a little girl ghost. So who could possibly win in this situation? But yeah, I don't know. I feel like these couple of chapters, they do go to some extreme lengths, as you say. We've had 4 whole chapters being like, here is Takano's backstory. Here's why she's doing the thing that she's doing. Here's why she isn't just a megalomaniacal villain, even though she definitely is. But this is why she's being a shitlord. And setting up all the connections between her and Dr. Irie and this shadow government. And we finally reached the point where we can say it's Rika and Hanyu and the gang versus Takano. Do you feel like you've learned anything, I guess? Because, Ryukishi loves to recontextualize things. Do you feel like that adds anything major to either your theories or your expectations? How are you feeling, Felix? You're the first one through this.
I don't know. Obviously...
Maybe?
I'd pinged on Takano...
day one. Let's be real.
I think literally the second she appeared on screen. The
it
fact
was
that
she had
named,
daggers and
the fact she was named next to the mention of a sniper and was the first non-main cast character introduced just had me immediately aroused in the murder mystery sense.
There's also Tomitake, but yeah, those two characters are very clearly separate because, in the original release of this story, Takano at least didn't even have a sprite. She was just Takano, she's here, she's a nurse apparently. But since she has a sprite and she's obviously being a shady adult in a story that's about kids having drama with each other and trying to resolve that drama, an adult makes more sense than anything to have as the ultimate obstacle of their trying to shake up societal norms and all that fun stuff, which I really love. I guess why I'm bringing this up is because I feel like a lot of what this arc is going to be, I'm setting expectations for the listeners, okay? I'm being a gracious guy, is going to be you being this is insane, and me being yes, it is. I feel like I don't know that I have anything outrageous to say, is all I'm saying. I might change that opinion going forward, but I feel like my initial reaction that I had to Higurashi when I watch it as the anime, that it's a good fun time, but it's not as mind-blowing as say Sumihiroboshi. I don't know that opinion is going to change. I don't know if I'm going to have a ton to add to your first impressions, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. I think this is gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, I am looking forward to this.
Yeah, you should.
I think that
just be chill about it. Is all I'm gonna say, as in terms of expectations. Let's just enjoy things as they come.
If you had somehow managed to drag me through this story against my will
around?
Before we did Umineko,
Oh, you wouldn't.
I would be livid.
Yeah.
At this point.
Oh, I know.
I think that doing Death of the Reader and kind of recontextualizing why stories like this matter and why, despite all of its clunkiness, it is still...
it's genuine, right?
A very genuine time. I'm not expecting much from this outro. Like, I'm not expecting it to blow me away. But at the same time, I don't say that out of cynicism so much as I say it out of tempering my expectations and still expecting that I will have a good time. Yeah,
I think that's like a pretty good way of approaching this. But yeah, I guess let's just get stuck into it, because I feel like if I say any more, I'm going to end up like, if I say any more, I'm going to end up just like spoiling shit. So let's get right into it. Welcome to the world of Higurashi, Chapter 8, Matsurubayashi.
Monstrous.
In this world, you'll be able to recreate the story from Hanyu's point of view. Your objective is to create the June 1983 ideal to you. Here we go. Let me get my phone out. You will need to collect many different fragments to make that possible. Are we going to cheat and like fuck so much? But let's do it. However, Takano's conviction is very strong. To overturn it, you'll need a lot of effort and a lot of fragments. I'll warn you right now, it'll be a slow and painful process. Not if we cheat. Hanyu went to her for over 100 years, and she even had to stop and give in to fate. Defeating Takano's conviction will not be easy. The trial in this world will put you through as much pain as Hanyu had to endure. You may surrender just like Hanyu did after being emotionally worn down by the constant repetition of the worlds woven by countless fragments. When you feel like surrendering, you can end this game at any time. So if we wanted to, we could just end the playthrough right here, and Ryukishi wouldn't judge us, and I'm sure nobody else would either. But if you do, the worlds revolving around your friend's fate will be limited to Onikakushi through Minagoroshi. By forgetting all about this world and uninstalling this product, you will finally accept death.
This is so
just like Rika did. This is great. You know how I said I wanted to set expectations? This is it.
Fucking what, Ryukishi?
Your ideal June 1983 can be created by putting together 50 fragments that are scattered all over this world. To connect these fragments together, you will need the right ones. There are 50 of them, which may be dizzying. However, this world isn't that merciless. To ease your pain, there'll be a little hell for you. Yeah, you're damn right there will be. When you choose the wrong pieces, your only ally here will give you a sign that it's not yet time to put those fragments together. As long as the sign remains, you won't be able to connect them. You might as well go look for different ones. After you put other fragments together, you might be able to connect the ones you couldn't put together earlier. When that happens, she'll let you know. Let's put those fragments together, then you'll be able to join the other ones too. When you connect all 50, they'll become one big fragment. There you'll find your ideal June 1983. That's when the long-awaited Matsurubayashi will begin. Before you peek at each fragment, why don't you line up all 50 of them first?
Is this going to be difficult with the Steam controller?
I don't know. Just whatever you do, don't misclick, because we'll have to start all over again.
All right.
If we want to get this right. Most of them require other fragments, so there are only a few you can actually look at. Let's try to find those first. To see the conditions for connecting fragments, just point the cursor at them. Can you do that? Can you point the cursor?
Yeah, I can move this around.
Okay, good.
It's not not super easy.
Let's find the ones you can look at without any conditions.
My hands are a little clammy, so they're not being particularly nice to the Steam controllers.
Okay. Now I will warn you, I haven't actually seen anyone go through this before.
Oh, good.
So I'm excited
for the answer you have prepared for us to just be wrong, and then we're here for like 6 hours.
Well, this is the thing that I'm worried about. I'm worried that this video is going to be 20 minutes long, but we'll be here for 10 hours. That's the concern that I have.
Finally, Ryukishi will get revenge for what happened at the end of Umineko episode 8.
Oh, we don't talk about that. Oh, good lord. We robbed that man. At least he has a Diet Coke, though. Or is it a regular Coke? Doesn't matter. Let's go.
Oh, I meant a bit before that. It was only 30 seconds, Ben.
Oh, God. Let's find them. This will be an extremely long and difficult trial. Let me tell you again, Hanyu challenges for over 100 years.
I've never
believe
heard...
in miracles. Shush, this is the inspiring part.
Ryukishi.
If you believe in miracles in the same way your friends do...
Repeat himself.
Even if you don't live in the world where they live, if you believe in them...
The title screen will change.
Welcome. Welcome to the world of Higurashi, Chapter 8, Matsurubayashi.
I get it. He's repeating himself on purpose
it's like
because
the world's
it's thematically
repeating.
appropriate.
It's thematically appropriate. In this one, you'll be tested to see if you believe in the world that Rika and the others believed in. A miracle only happens. You get it? It's because it's like Hanyu was giving them their power, but now we're giving them our power. We're believing in them. It only happens when everyone combines the strength. The June 1983 created by Takano is nearly indomitable. She's gathered many people whose powers are beyond the average person. You know what? That's fair. To her side, her backers being at the center of national authority. Even if 100 dice all rolled ones, there wouldn't even be a chance to defeat her. In other words, a miracle is the only way forward. A miracle happens only when we have the cheat codes on my phone. And you are one of those cheat codes.
I am the cheat code.
Are you ready? I'm more than ready. The key to a long journey is not to pressure yourself too hard. Well, let's take it at a lighter pace. I'll work while drinking my usual wine. Shall we begin? We have all the time in this world.
Okay, so when you say we have to start all over again,
so the thing
where
is,
does it take us back to?
No,
what is even about to happen? I don't even know.
So what's going to happen is we're going to get presented with a bunch of different scenes, the new fragments, and we're going to have to pick which order to view them in. And if we pick the wrong ones, then it'll be like, you can't view this yet. We should definitely save the game before we do anything else.
You're right.
But if we pick the wrong ones, then it'll be like, you can't pick this one yet.
Yes.
And we'll have to go back to the fragment screen and pick a different fragment. No, I'm first time actually seeing this screen. So
okay,
let's get on
hold on.
But the thing is, if we connect them all in the right order,
let's just go look at it before I ask any other questions.
Okay. Don't click on them. Just don't click on them. The thing is, the reason why we're going to be using the cheat code, which many people might have a problem with, but get hacked, is because if we pick them all right the first time through, we're going to get some secret shit later on in the story, like right at the end. And if we pick even one wrong, we'll have to come all the way back here and pick them in the right order and go all the way back, and it's going to be garbage. So for the sake of our own sanity, we're going to just pick them in the order that you're supposed to pick them in. It also means that we don't have to click back and forth and spend hours doing this. But yeah, you can see they're like different fragments. They're like aspects of the 100 times or whatever that Rika has gone through these lives. And we're trying to figure out which ones will help us and what order the events actually go in. So there's a lot of little bits and pieces. You may have noticed there's some Satoshi in here, so I'm going to remember his voice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the voice actor we replaced you with is overseas at the moment.
I know, it's very sad. I'll have to fill in for him. Oh my god, we have to take a minute when we get to one of his fragments. But yeah, so I have this code here. Holy shit. You ready?
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah? What are you looking for? What are you doing?
Well, I'm just looking at these clues and seeing, like, if there is actually a way to, like,
figure it out.
Just figure it out. Or if it's meant to be completely trial or error.
I think it's supposed to be trial or error. It's like the I have no mouth and I must scream game where, like, that's a puzzle that is, like, incredibly convoluted, but you're supposed to lose in that game.
Game?
I have no mouth and I must scream has a video game. It's a point and click game, but it's known for its puzzles being very obtuse.
Right.
But intentionally so.
I'm only familiar with the story that I guess that's based off.
It's a great game. Highly recommend watching someone else play it.
So the death of Koizumi Sensei.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff going on here. So we learn a lot about just the story and the various characters. But if we want to jump into the first one, the very first fragment is on screen 4. And it's the top left one, that one with Hanyu there. Hold on, let me just make sure we're not going to fuck this up. We're also going to have to keep track of how many fragments we've done, so I hope it's going to, like, ping or something to let us know how many fragments we've actually collected, because otherwise we're in trouble. But that's the first one there, a local explanatory meeting.
All right, you want to take notes on your phone just in case it doesn't tell us?
You know what? You're right. I'm going to just tally. I'm just going to stop. I mean, maybe we should mark it on screen, just like 1 fragment, 2 fragments, like little tally marks.
You're asking me to do editing work?
I mean, it'd be helpful for the viewers. So then if I get it wrong, then we'll know.
I see.
Anyway, but yeah. So if all goes as planned, there should be no, like, you hit the wrong fragment. It should just all be fine.
All right. So obviously we're doing this the shortcut way because Otherwise, it's us spending a lot of time for you not seeing very much.
Yep.
So if you know that there are any scenarios that happen that are interesting explicitly because you get things out of the wrong order that you'd like us to see,
Yeah, let us know.
let us know in the comments.
Because we're not going to do that now, but if you want us to, like, look through it, let us know. Because, there was that note about, like, maybe Hanyu will tell you if you got something wrong. All right, so this is the first fragment. So the dam construction will bring in new jobs and revitalize the local industry.
That's not what we're saying.
Who the hell gave you permission to build a dam here?
You squeeze tax money from us and this is what we get in return. Who do you think pays your salaries, huh?
What? Look, we're trying to explain to you.
We don't want to hear your excuses. We want to know when you'll stop the construction.
Oh, you're useless. Bring the minister of construction here. He'll get to the bottom of it. Shut up, you yuppie.
Hey, you're paid our tax money, so why the hell are you talking down to us from up there? Come down here and let's speak face to face.
Damn. The auditorium is filled with angry shouting.
Gotta be honest, this doesn't look like much of an auditorium.
It is an auditorium in the Child Consultation Center. Don't question it. The sign at the entrance says, Hinami's our damn construction explanatory meeting. Every time the official on the stage tried to say anything, the citizens packed into the room silenced him with their shouts. Trying to ignore them, the official continued to explain the pros of the dam, but that just further infuriated them.
They wanted the verse of the dam.
And then a journalist came by and was very nervous. And Rika was also there, but she was older. Between the stage and the citizens, there was an open area where a police squad is standing by. Oh, damn. If they weren't there, the citizens would jump onto the stage and start a riot. Oh, God. Okay, it's Hanyu's just hanging out. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm watching all this from the back of the auditorium. It's obvious to anyone that they're being swallowed up by their anger. They've become filled with a bloody red rage. The anger that came from a certain purpose becomes a purpose in itself, and it creates a vicious cycle where anger leads to more anger.
I'm not going to do it, but you know what I want to do here.
I know what you want to do here. I was going to do it. Anger is a necessary emotion for humans. People face many difficulties in their lives. Anger gives them the motivation to fight and conquer such difficulties. Therefore, anger is an essential part of life itself. So, I will never reject anger itself. However, anger like this, that goes far beyond normal, makes people forget their purpose. It is no longer an essential part of life. As the blood rushes to their head, a person can't even remember what they've done. They go out of control. Such emotions are very painful, sad, and difficult to endure. I can clearly see the villagers who live alongside us turning into demons. I understand the rules of the human world. The power of an individual can't be compared to the power of the government. To be able to fight, an individual needs to become part of a larger, unified power. But to steer that unified power in the right direction is extremely difficult. A cycle of anger leads to more anger. Not anger that helps you live, but anger that exists only for anger. It's just like being a demon. And this emotion is capable of violently rousing us from our long, peaceful slumber. Everyone is immersed in their own anger. We lived peacefully with the villagers while we slept quietly. Yet now, we've awakened, and it's like the world is trying to return to that age when demons were said to rise from Onigafuchi Swamp. I keep shouting at everyone to get them to calm down, but my voice can't reach them because of the vicious cycle of anger. Even so, I'll continue shouting, hoping even one of them will hear my voice. Because if I don't do anything, the demons may awaken. The demons that went into a deep sleep may reawaken because of this commotion. Then, all of a sudden, the atmosphere changed. Looking up, I saw that the angry exchange between villagers and those on the podium had devolved into confrontation between the villagers themselves. What's going on?
Shut up! Those are your reasons, not ours. Don't pull us into this, you old hag.
Who the hell cares? The hell you say, you bastard?
Hey, do you know who you're talking to? This is Ario's son. You've got some nerve, huh?
It's the lady.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Oh, shut up. Sonozaki's... Oh my god, it's the Hojo guy. Oh, shit.
Was that surprising to you?
Oh, shit. It is the Hojo.
You're telling me that a confrontation in the village isn't going to contain the Hojo family?
It's Sonozaki v. Hojo. It's the beginning of the blood feud.
WrestleMania.
Shut up, Sonozaki. So what? I'm Hojo. Get your goons away from me.
Hey, Hojo. How dare you say you want the village to be submerged? How much are they paying you?
Shut up, you old geezer. Listen, there are plenty of poor people in Nobisara. Not everyone is rich and has fields all over the mountains like you do. I'm satisfied with the compensation from the government. They've even offered to provide us with public housing, and you're ruining everything, you assholes. Don't pretend you're the same as us. If you want to fight with the government, why don't you fight by yourself? Then who's going to pay you? I'm poor and I have 2 kids at home. I was planning to start a new life by living here in peace. I would gain compensation from the government, find a job elsewhere. But you, since when did you represent me, huh? Do you think you're that important or what?
Hey, Hojo. How dare you betray us? Get out of this village.
Sure, I'll be happy to. You're going to pay what I'm entitled to, right? You're going to pay me every yen of the compensation I was going to get from the government. Even if I wanted to leave the village, I don't have the money. If you're going to pay me, I'll leave straight away. Oh, Hojo is right. There are plenty of residents who are willing to leave. You 3 families should drag us into this.
The hell is this? Who just spoke? Come on, who was it?
If you want to stay, then stay. We have the right to leave, so don't interfere. That's right. Back the hell off, you damn Sonozaki hag.
That's right, Sonozaki hag.
That's right, Sonozaki hag.
Can we take points for any of this?
I don't know. It's a bit of a mess.
It is a bit of a mess.
To be fair, we're not really like trying to be on top of it right now, but it is a bit of a mess. No, I'm done.
All right.
I'm done with Ryukishi's shenanigans.
You've thrown away our points. Ryukishi's getting 5 points right now.
He deserves them. He deserves 5 points for writing an excellent scene with no indication of who's talking.
Wow, that just made me even more bitter than I already was.
Of course. We'll compensate the people who support the damn construction plan. We most certainly will not steal the land from you. Oh, shut up, government dog! Are you trying to divide the village? That was a Hojo? That was a Hojo talking? Die, Hojo! You know, everyone's just gonna be Oreo at this point. That's literally how this is going.
The whole scene.
The whole scene is just Oreo shouting at herself. Oh, die, Hojo! You don't deserve to breathe the village air! Hold your breath and suffocate to death! Done.
Ryukishi learned his secret power from Oreo.
That's it. The master of air conditioning. Screw you, old hag! I'll murder your ass! Step up front, you damn hag! Hey, stay out of this, you fat pig! What? Very good. That was very good, Hojo. I haven't been this pissed off in so long. You'll get what you deserve. Look forward to it. Is this supposed to be the government guy?
I don't know. I thought every character was Oreo.
You're right. You know what? Okay, fine. Get him, Hojo! The government has to provide new jobs, showing compensation. Hey! Stop this violence! All of you, stop it! Stop it!
Orio's having a real difficult time with the throat at the moment.
Like hell, bring it on! Come and get some! Well, this is definitely not Oreo.
No, it's in fact narration.
God. Thank God. Everyone is being tainted with the bloody red anger, and I can only watch. Oh well. The least I can do is apologize for the tragedy that is about to happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is how things started. From this day onward, the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family will wage a feud against each other, and the Hojo family will become ostracized within the village. This marks the beginning of Sadako and Sadashi's lives of tremendous hardship.
Well done.
There you go, we made it. That was definitely a scene.
I'm curious how many scenes in a row you can get into this in like the furthest imperfect one.
That's a great question. It's a great question. We'll never know. Unless somebody tells us in the comments. Head to screen 5.
So I'm assuming this means that if we replay it, it won't like fuck us up, but I'm not going to touch it.
I hope not.
Screen 5.
Screen 5.
Hold on. Wait.
What are you doing? You still look at them?
Which
one do you think is next?
Well, it's got to be that one.
You think so? What? He told me that the conflict with the Hojo family is going to be explored immediately after the
I'm
establishment.
gonna click it if you don't tell me otherwise, so you better hurry up.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Well, hold on. Let me just... Well,
So many voices for you today,
I
Ben.
know. I have so many little voices to do. All right.
I like that in 3 years of doing this show, that squeaky ass fucking chair
It's still
is
going.
still squeaky as fuck.
It's still squeaky. It's great.
I
like a
even
badge of
have
honor.
the WD-40 that I tried to use to de-squeak. It's sitting
And
right
it failed.
there.
It failed miserably.
It didn't work.
You tried to kill a legend, and you can't, because ideas are immortal.
That's right.
I ran into Sadako while on my way to the grocery store for my mother. Sadako said she was going there too, so we decided to go together. After exchanging our shopping lists, it became easy to guess what the other family would be having for dinner. Sadako's family is having grilled fish and cooked vegetables.
And my family will dine on human flesh.
We're having Salisbury steak.
That's right, Salisbury, the town in Britain that we source the
Delicious.
human meat from.
Oh, here we go. You get a voice.
That sounds so very good. I don't mind the grilled fish, but it's the vegetables I'm less fond of. I'm certain there's still plenty of pumpkin left from the other day, which isn't a vegetable.
It's true. Oh, then I bet you'll be getting a lot tonight. Poor Sadako, star.
I don't appreciate knowing that pumpkin is going to show up on the dinner table.
Meep, star. You don't like pumpkin no matter how it shows up.
Final boss of the game, Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, good.
Rika, you have some food you're not fond of, don't you? That's right. You don't like daifuku, cream puffs, or anything sweet, don't you?
Maybe. It's not that I don't like those things.
It's that my 100-year life has made them meaningless.
Not quite. It's not that I don't like those things. I just choose not to eat them. If I wanted to, I could eat sweets forever. I could even eat pumpkin pie too. Me pasta. So many stars. Feeling good.
Ben made a full body star shape when he said
I
that.
know.
Just
I'm
for
sorry.
reference.
I've become a
It was
star.
really spectacular.
I've become a star. I'm
It's
also
not
distracted.
fair that you aren't a picky eater.
Conversations like this are how I have fun. Satoko is my best friend. I usually don't like grocery shopping, but if I'm with Satoko, I can make it into an enjoyable evening stroll. Near the supermarket, there's a grocer's and other shops, forming a little shopping district. The grocery store is busy this time of day. All the housewives in Namizawa gather here to shop. Since Satoko and I have different things to buy, we decided to do our shopping separately. Oh, welcome. Oh, Rika-chama, are you shopping for your mother? Wow, good girl. Nipasta. Oh, I'm a good girl who can go shopping all by herself. Wow, you really are a good girl. Here, I'll give you this.
It's debt.
Here's the check. The bill, rather, not the check. That'd be great if you just gave little girls. Just here's a blank check. Go nuts. There were several candies for the owner's occasional asthma attack inside a sieve full of change hanging in the front. He picked out a sweet from there and gave it to me. It was my favorite flavor, strawberry milk. That is some good fucking taste. Shout out to Rika. I put it in my pocket so I can brag about it to Satoko later. I get a lot of fun out of teasing Satoko and making her jealous. She always overreacts, so I never get bored when I'm with her. What are you having for dinner tonight, Rika-chama? Ground pork. Oh, we're making Salisbury steak.
Making the steak?
We're making it.
You mean
out
you're
of nothing.
murdering people?
We're murdering people, and we're gonna chop them up, and we're gonna put little flower-shaped fried eggs on top and draw pictures on them of the people that we kill with ketchup. Oh, that sounds like fun! I enjoyed that conversation while filling my shopping basket. But then I overheard some women whispering. They're talking about something that's a little harsh. They're talking about Satoko.
Oh no.
No, and then the tragedy struck! Just when I was feeling the most happy! You're playing the women.
Oh, am I?
Yes! I'm every other voice in this scene.
God,
I know you're trying to fix up the room and make it all nice, but you gotta talk sometime. You can't just sit there and not say anything.
Wow, I can't believe you blew my cover as I was putting my headphones back in after wandering around the room and putting up
I know.
additional soundproofing.
I know, I waited for you to finish the work before I fucking blew you wide open. So that now
This
you
could have
can't
gone
be like,
unnoticed.
Yeah, I know it could have. I'm taking it back. Look, you can always cut this, but you won't. You won't.
I won't.
You better not. Oh no.
They should just leave.
They don't even have the guts to go shopping themselves and make their daughter do it instead. The women went on and on. Ever since the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family...
I believe you blew my cover for that.
That one line. It was literally just one line. Ever since the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family got into a huge fight at the explanatory meeting for the damn project. It was explanatory. There you go, I said it. The Hojo family has been ostracized within the village. At first, there were a significant number of families in favor of leaving with, like the Hojos. But the main branch of the Sonozakis led a push to completely solidify the village's opinion, and as that tone of unified resistance grew stronger, the pro-evacuation families steadily grew quiet. Because you have to pick a side. Mm-hmm. That's how politics works.
Exactly. There's no room for any other
There's no room
original thought.
For middle ground, original thought. You're either with us or you're against us. Oreo, I mean. The leader of the village.
That's right.
Yeah. The public harassment.
As far as I see it, the Sonozaki family
has 4 more years? Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that. But yeah, they're super evil. The public harassment led by the Sonozakis and the Kimiyoshis, 2 of the 3 families with powerful influence on the village, also played an effect too. The Sonozaki family made the Hojo family into an example to ensure there would be no more pro-evacuation supporters. The ancestors of the village have lived here for generations, and the villagers also know that they themselves will be buried in this village. Yeah, that's fucking morbid. So this harassment put a lot of pressure on them. Who was it that agreed to make the Hojo family the leader of the pro-evacuation group at the explanatory meeting? Those same people no longer said anything, and they even joined in on harassing the Hojo family. The harassment they faced then became pressure from the entire village. The Hojo family is hardly wealthy, and they haven't paid the town council fees in a very long time. When things were peaceful, nobody said anything about it, but now that the wind was blowing a different way, the Hojo family was asked to pay off all of their late council fees immediately. It wasn't an amount they couldn't afford, but the Hojos recognized a fight was being picked with them, and they responded to it. And so, the Hojo family quit the town council, but that only played right into the village's evil plan. Because now they don't have a voice! Oh, no. Making an enemy of the town council meant facing vicious harassment. For example, the place the Hojos dumped their trash was a provisional dumping site established by the town council and the waste management department. Under the council agreement, only council members could use it. Ever since the day the Hojo family quit the village council, their trash bags were returned to their front door. Furthermore, all the bags were torn. On top of that, a sign went up on the hedge road near the Hojo family. It said, "Private road, no trespassing, only council members permitted." A stubborn old man stood and guarded the road, saying that he would not let any of the Hojo family members pass through, so they murdered him. A private road is private property, opened up to the public, so it looks just like a normal road. However, as private property, the owner can forbid anyone else to pass through whenever they like. More and more, the village piled on vicious harassment. The fear of antagonism spread through the entire village, and people became afraid that if they supported the Hojo family, they'd go through the same thing. This has made the Hojo family even more isolated. The grown-ups haven't told their kids about what's going on, so Satoko isn't harassed in any way at school, but it wasn't hard to imagine she always spent her days feeling so anxious she could hardly breathe. Even the women whispering in here aren't saying anything directly to Satoko, but it's not like she doesn't notice their muttering and the cold stares. When did this village become so cold towards her? As her best friend, it's very sad for me. Satoko's shopping experience, TM, is nothing like mine. When I say hello or buy things, I usually get treats or a discount, but that doesn't happen to Satoko. On the contrary, she's served last on purpose, and sometimes shop owners even pretend they don't hear her. Obviously, people don't want to have anything to do with her. Satoko had been weaving through the housewives crowding the shop, telling the fishmonger what she wanted, but she kept getting ignored. She's decided to keep her smile and pretend she doesn't mind, but I know. It was far too painful for her to endure. At that point, Satoko dropped her coins on the ground. Maybe her finger got stuck on something when she was trying to put the change back into her wallet. I ran through the crowd to help her pick them up, but as I did, I noticed something. Sadako dropped a lot of coins and is struggling to pick all of them up, but nobody is helping her. It's not just that, it's almost like they're acting like they don't even see her there. Sadako isn't expecting anyone to help her since she's the one who dropped them, but there are so many people around and not even one is trying to aid her. Sadako, I'll help you.
I'm okay, Rika.
Her reaction is all I need to tell how hurt she is. Furthermore, when I decide to help Sadako, other housewives decide to pick up the coins too, as if it's the natural thing to do. So they can only help if a shrine maiden of the Fruto family does. If I didn't help, they would have disregarded her completely. And the fact that other people helped only because I did hurt Sadako even more. I grabbed the coins from the housewives without thanking them. I'd rather spit at them than do that.
Thank you very much, Rika. Everyone.
You fuck everyone! If she didn't thank them, people would talk about that too. Sadako forced out her words of gratitude. The housewives looked down at her with blank expressions. I can't stand this. I can't stand what Sadako is going through right now. If we're done, let's go, Sadako.
Sure.
I grabbed Sadako's arm and pulled her away. I was frustrated, sad and bitter. What has Sadako done? Reality is just too cruel. Everyone loves me, but can I share that love with Sadako? Sadako must be wondering why people treat me so differently. I shouldn't come shopping with her, or rather, I should have done her shopping instead. Sadako.
What is it, Rika?
I feel bad that you dropped your coins, so here's something that'll make you happy. I wanted to at least ease her pain a little bit, so I pulled out the strawberry milk candy I just received. But Sadako refused to take it.
But candy was given to you.
It's a fucking metaphor. My hand froze. She saw me getting this candy.
That person wanted you to eat it, so if I did it, it'd be rude.
Sadako turned her back on me and kept walking. Without even saying goodbye, she continued on to her house with the shopping bags in her hands. I only wanted to ease her pain, but I ended up rubbing salt in her wound. How could I call myself her best friend? If I could, I would have crushed the candy right there. You're fucked! My emotions!
It's so sad.
I hate it. I mean, it's a really, younger kind of parallel of how, Sadako just won't receive help from people.
Yeah.
Because she sees everything as, a trial and a punishment that she has to overcome on her own. I hate it. I hate it. I hate that Ryukishi would be so mean. Don't you click on anything.
It's interesting. I feel like the implication of the way that was all phrased is that the Sonozaki family probably put as much money into the effort to disrupt the Hojo family's lives as they would have if they'd just paid for them to leave.
Sure. Yeah.
But
it's about the point, right?
Keeping
It's about
them
respect.
around makes an example of them so that the other dissenters eventually got on side, right?
Exactly.
So
it's about respect and cementing your position as the head of the community and all that stuff. The nail that stands out gets hammered down and so forth, and it's really fucked up.
Yeah.
You want to go to screen 2? You want to have a guess at which one it might be?
Screen 2. I didn't see one.
Yeah,
on
there's
here.
one on screen 2 that we have to pick next. You have a guess? Really should have put points on this, but it's also a lot of fragments.
Oh, it'd be this one.
Don't click on it. No.
Really?
Yeah, it's the top left one.
Oh, we're doing another branch, are we?
Yes, it's time to learn about the down construction operation withdrawal scene. Oh, sorry for being late.
So I can see my mouse on both screens, and I keep dragging it off to the left to get it off this one, which is over on the right, and I'm just fucking confusing myself.
That's all right. We believe in you with all the new setup and all that nonsense.
Yeah, I've rearranged everything.
Everything is new now.
This is, listen, saying that there was a gap in Minagoroshi is kind of meaningless considering how many gaps in Minagoroshi we had. But one of the gaps was that my computer fucking died.
It exploded, basically.
So
Look,
taken
I
a week
watched
off.
you do it. I wasn't in the same room as you because social distancing, but I watched a live stream where you tried to fix your computer and you were like, what if this doesn't work? Nothing worked. The motherboard, I think, was fried in the end. Was that what the problem was?
It's either the motherboard or the CPU.
Both of which are very bad.
But the place that I sent it to didn't have a compatible thing to test it in.
Oh.
And it was one of those two components.
So it's a pretty important component. So it's got a new computer.
Yes.
And now we are running at a smooth 60 FPS.
That's right.
How many FPS do you think we could get on this? 1,000?
I don't even know like how fast the game would run.
Yeah, I mean that's a good question.
It's got to be limited because there's like
there's always so many frames you can throw at this.
Well, no, because the way that the game loads things in is that it's all through gradients.
Yes.
And the animation density would basically be the pixel density of the gradient screen.
Yep.
And the gradient screen is only like 640 by 480.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not doing this math for you. Good luck.
To even if it was to go across like the entire screen, I'm not trying to like crunch hard numbers in my head here, but like
it's hard enough.
Assuming the animation speed stays the same, I don't think it could go much higher than it already is.
That's fine. I'd just be curious because it'd be fun. It wouldn't prove or disprove anything. It'd just be fun. Anyway, point is we got a new setup and everything's weird and different, except for this chair
and my buggy ass keyboard.
Hell yeah. Sorry for being late. I had an unusually large number of patients today. Thank you for coming, Lieutenant Colonel Irie. Tomitaki Flash stopped suddenly and saluted when he saw Irie come into the room. All right, stop calling me Lieutenant Colonel. It's too much. I am a doctor. I just can't get used to military ranks. Can you call me Director instead? Understood, Director Irie. Tomitaki Flash, of course, knew that Irie didn't like to be called Lieutenant Colonel, so it was something of a joke. A little joke around together. They laughed casually a lot. On the other hand, Takano looked rather fed up with it. She's a stick in the mud. She couldn't stand an also mass murderer. She couldn't stand hearing the same joke over and over and was even thinking about talking to Tomitaki Flash about it. But she didn't want to hurt his feelings because she loves him, so she simply never had the chance. Maybe it's because of how Tomitaki Flash pronounces it, but she keeps hearing Risa. Lieutenant Colonel in Japanese is Nisa. That's a lot of letters for 4 letters. That's interesting. Once she heard it that way, she kept hearing Irie Risa every time Tomitaki Flash said it. When Takano told Irie about it, he had a good laugh.
This page is meaningless to me.
It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? You could have just cut that page. Today was just a simple meet and greet, and tomorrow was the actual meeting. Tomitaki Flash had already arrived, but there would be more inspectors from Tokyo at the meeting, waiting to hear about the progress that had been made. Anyway, I heard the whole village is up in arms about the dam construction project. You can say that again! The village is in such a mess. Oh, I participated in the local municipal explanation meeting as an official, but the whole thing was alive with angry shouts and profanities. After the basic Hinamizawa Dam project was announced, the village was consumed with uproar. You might even say they were angry. The government retracted their plans for concessions rather early on.
There's something kind of menacing about the basic before that there.
Yeah.
It's like, next we will present the complex plan.
Yes. The complex dam project, phase 2. And that's how they build the Death Star.
Inordinate number of Star Wars references in today's video.
Sorry, I watched a video about like why the Rise of Skywalker was bad yesterday. Just like a really interesting breakdown. And there's a lot of Star Wars in my brain. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I haven't actually watched a single one of the prequels or original trilogy.
What?
In about like 5 or 6 years.
Oh, 5 or 6, damn. Yeah.
I think.
I probably watched them like 4 years ago.
Which is weird because I feel like every other franchise that has become as memed as Star Wars has over the past few years, I have watched more recently to go through and enjoy seeing the memes in context.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Exactly.
The best meme. Did you know that Aragorn's actor actually kicked his toe in that one scene when they're trying to find the hobbits and he goes, "Ah!" It's because he actually broke his toe. Did you know that?
I'm gonna dub that over the actual scream.
Please do. Alrighty. The government retracted their plans for concessions rather early on. They made their aggressive stance clear. They didn't want the locals to take advantage of them by showing their willingness to compromise, just like Oreo was doing. However, that backfired horribly, unlike what Oreo was doing with the Hojos. As they had historical ties to the land, the government's actions only made their bonds stronger. Neither the government nor the locals wanted to back down. Bonds are important. People from Inamizawa are rather hot-tempered. Maybe because they're the descendants of demons.
This sounds like a Takano line.
Oh yeah, you're right. You know, for some reason I thought we were like jumping into like a government official.
I know,
talking.
if only they had used a different background to the same set that they used for the government meeting.
You know what? Fucking just take the line. You get to do your evil laugh. There it is.
People from Inamizawa are rather hot-tempered. Maybe because they're the descendants of demons.
It's not funny. That vowed meeting lasted all night. I feel your pain. Really, it's not funny, Tomodachi flashed on. So, what's going on with the dam construction? Are they really going to submerge this village? Oh my god, I have to get back. I have to keep switching. It's been a while, I feel like. For some reason, Tomodachi's voice is just causing me issues. Tokyo's applying their pressure to the situation too. Things might seem glamorous on the surface, but in truth, the supporters behind it are wavering rather hard. I hope their pressure produces effect soon. The whole village is buzzing with action from dusk to dawn. And I worry the village's minds are growing agitated. Sometimes I have to listen to my patients go on and on about their opinion on the damn construction plan. The basic one.
Irie discovers Twitter.
Oh god. He's like, he just has the like damn construction page. Be like, this is the worst. Basic? What does that even mean? Where's the area is just like.
Could you imagine the town of Inamizawa given access to Twitter?
Oh, it'd be a hive mind of garbage.
It'd just be a disaster.
It would be a disaster. We're awful.
they'd all be at level 5 within like minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah, they'd be done.
Why do you even listen to them? You're too nice.
You just gonna hit block, Irie. Come on. I have to. I'm a clinic director first and research center director second. It's part of my job to listen to them. That's very nice of you. It's admirable. Oh, what a suck up.
I know the people in Tokyo will call off the plan sooner or later, but the villagers won't. So they have to live in fear that they might be forced to leave the land where they've lived for generations.
Even if they're told to leave, they don't have money, and a lot of them are old. Maybe some wanted an increase to the amount of compensation they be offered, but the government changed its mind. I don't think it's possible for them to come to a peaceful agreement at this point. Why do we have to look at the ceiling, Ryukishi?
You monster.
Can we take a point just for this? Are we allowed to? I've forgotten the rules.
No, I feel like you ruined it earlier and said that Ryukishi is gonna get all our points. And even though that's not explicitly what you said, that's how I interpreted it.
All right.
And I hold the keys to the car.
It's true. You do. You are the editor, sadly.
The proverbial truck.
The proverbial truck?
Yes.
Who has the truck currently?
Us.
Maybe we need to switch that around. Maybe we need to trade the truck for some points. How many points do you think the truck's worth?
Okay. Do you want to
trade the truck for like 50 points? Or is that, how do you feel?
Well, no. The truck and the star will be unveiled at the end of the series.
Oh my god.
That's how this works. The question is, Nerds, is do you want to risk giving Ryukishi the truck right now in return for some points?
Well, I feel like you're asking the question of like, do you want this washer and dryer or do you want what's in the box? Because currently, somehow the truck is the box and you should always pick the box. So I think we hold on to it.
Okay.
I say we hold on to it. Look,
Ryukishi
I would
can
like
have
to keep
5
the box.
points, but we keep the truck.
That sounds good. We keep the truck. That sounds like a good deal to me.
Should we also unmask the truck?
Right now?
Yeah. Well, no, not like say what it's worth, but it's been hidden and I've forgotten why. But it's been hidden for about 6 arcs.
Can we show the truck? Can we see? Is this truck worth 5 points?
No, we can't see what it's worth. It's just there. We can see
I know
it again.
you know what I mean? The visual image of the truck, though,
yes.
should indicate some method of its value. Even though we don't know how many points it's worth, is it a shiny truck? Is it like a ute? Is it like a
It's a military truck.
It's a military truck. Oh my god. Sounds amazing. That's definitely worth 5 points. All right, let's unveil the truck.
All right, the truck is back.
It looks
Welcome back to the
beautiful.
truck.
It's a beautiful truck. I love it. 10 out of 10 truck. Who's talking?
I want you to give this to Koizumi.
Why? Why Koizumi?
Just because I want you to spice up your vocal performance a bit.
Oh god. I'm going with Tomataki. I hate you. I'm so done. Why Koizumi? Why of all the characters?
I couldn't think of anyone else by name.
There were actually some villagers who were satisfied with that amount and were willing to leave. However, the Sonozaki family didn't want to change their stance against the issue. They're actually leading the villagers in the fight against the government. They're blaring announcement vans everywhere, and ads and flyers are attached to the circulation notices.
And they're all far too long and wide.
They're all very awful. It's a serious matter for them that I just described. I guess I can understand. Fuck off. Stop laughing. We've been doing this for 3 years. How is me getting fucking Who's Told Me Wrong still funny to you? How is it? How are you just cracking up over there like it's controlling you in time?
Because you act like this, you child.
I don't know what you're about. I'm a very mature individual. Okay. Okay. I hope the construction plan will be called off soon for their sake. Once it's called off, this village will become peaceful once again.
I know that, of course. Things are moving right along in Tokyo, so please give us a little more time. I've heard a rumor from Tokyo that you're having problems finding a way to pressure the Minister of Construction. Is that true?
There was no movement. Was that Tomotaki's line? Was that his line? So garbage. This is easily our worst bit, but also the most pervasive. Okay. I'm not sure, but I've heard myself that they're having a little problem with some of the details. Takano, thank God. Takano had powerful people supporting her, but they didn't control all of Japan, just a lot of it. There were some things they excelled in, I had a headache, but also other things that they weren't too good at.
Like Microsoft Word.
It's true. And Excel. Finding a way to put pressure onto the Minister of Construction fell into the ladder.
I'm not sure whether you got the joke or missed the joke and landed on it late.
I don't want to continue. Who's talking? Is this Takano?
In all seriousness, though, we really won't be facing any requests to leave this area because of the dam, right?
Sadako, what are you doing in this highly classified meeting between military officials and a psychopath? Get out of here, little girl! We're gonna go shoot you in the head again, like the last arc. That's your punishment.
I'm really trying to figure out who the military official and psychopaths are in this scene. Like, I know you're implying clearly it's Takano, but
yeah, technically they're all
really,
military.
it really could be Irie as well because he's into the brain stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe he is a secret psychopath.
It could be Tomataki
to be fair, though,
because
we've only seen one of these 3 characters actually kill someone, and that character has killed like 7 people.
But we also didn't see her kill anyone. We didn't see her kill anyone until the 7th arc of the story.
But we did have an implied Tomataki body in arc 3 in the boot of her car. I'm just saying. She does kill someone.
That wasn't on screen though. And as we all know, if you don't die on screen, it doesn't count.
No, you're right. Tomataki was just playing backgammon back there.
Exactly.
That's why I went with that. Look, she's having a great time. She's barely a sociopath. She's a high functioning psychopath.
High functioning Benedict Cumberbatch.
That's the one. That's it. You got them eyes. Of course not. I can't guarantee that won't happen. It's just taking longer than we thought. That's all. So please, continue your research. We were told that if things can't be resolved peacefully, that we may have to use drastic measures.
I wonder whether it's the translation team or Ryukishi that's really into double negatives in this stretch.
I think it's both.
I feel like there's been a lot of them.
It's gotta be Ryukishi. Like, it's so pervasive. Drastic measures? What do you mean, Tomataki Flash-san? You don't need to worry about that part, Director Irie. Please, let us take care of the murder. I see. Okay, thank you for your work.
It's fine, Director Irie. The dam construction project will be called off. It's already been decided.
Oh shit. Could she see the future? As Takano giggled, Tomitaki flashed and laughed awkwardly too. However, Irie couldn't understand what was so funny, so he felt left out. Irie only understood the meaning of these drastic measures when he examined a young boy he had never seen in the village before. Shout out to Arc 4. That's the beginning of the kidnapping of Tommy. What's his name? Jerry!
There you go. I actually don't remember his actual name.
No, it doesn't matter. They kidnapped Jerry and we had to get him back.
All right, so are we looking for the scene that contains Jerry now? Is that
don't click anything. It's not that one. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's almost certainly on a different screen.
Wait.
I put the password in wrong. Hold on. What are we up to? What was that? Was that 3?
I think that was the third one.
All right.
By think I mean I know.
Okay, good. We are going to.
Wait. I gotta find it.
Okay. I know what it is. I found it. Let me know when you want me to give you a hint.
Oh god.
It's Brenna.
Oh god. Oh goodness.
Do you want me to give you what screen it's on? Or do you want to just pick one? Just like fuck it up immediately. Like I can't imagine this will be particularly fun to do.
I want to say maybe that top right one on the first page.
Nah, wrong screen. Go to screen 3.
Well, I think it's got to be one of the ones that says to do this first.
Interesting.
Which is it?
It's Tomitaki. Tomitaki's next. And yeah, after that it's gonna be Top the Area. So yeah. We got some nice music.
So I wonder if you have to do
stop?
these like all in an exact order, or if it's just like clumps of them you have to do in order.
Look, if you want to, after we get through this, just go back and experiment. I'm happy to, but like
probably won't do it on screen. But
just based on Ryukishi's description of this, it sounds like it's gonna be hell.
I think you know what we should do. We should hoping that the world isn't locked down again by the time we get to that.
Stream it or something?
We should stream ourselves going through this.
Just for fun.
Based on what people put in the comments when this episode comes out.
Just like make some codes happen. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. The forecast said there was a chance of rain in the evening, but I didn't think it would rain so hard. We decided to wait at an abandoned bus stop for the rain clouds to clear. I'm sorry, Takano-san.
Oh, don't be, Jiro-san. I knew it would pour. Don't worry about it.
She thinks the rain is romantic. Takano-san giggled. Although she said the weather might change suddenly, I dragged her out here. I feel stupid for making her come along and ending up ruining her precious day off.
He says, standing there glistening, rain dripping off his muscles.
Yes, exactly.
The shirt sticking to every ridge.
I guess I better take this shirt off. It's so wet.
Oh, no.
And Takano's like, oh god, my day's ruined. Oh, no. I have to go back to Tokyo tonight, so it'll be a while before I can return to Hinamizawa. I didn't want to spend my last day at a cheap hotel in Okinomiya, so I asked her to go for a stroll. It's just, I'm really sorry. She teased me for a while, but only a little. She wasn't actually enjoying driving me into a corner.
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, that's just her way of communicating, and I find it very charming. I think I've become captivated by her, but on her part, I'm just an auditor from Tokyo. That's why she's being nice to me, and it's definitely not because she likes me personally, affectionately. So I feel like I might have used my position to drag her out here, and that makes me a little depressed.
Refer to comments at the end of Arc 7.
Ooh. I probably should think the slight fever I have is due to nothing more than a cold. But she was the type of person who made it clear when she disliked something, so she wouldn't say so directly, but she would use all kinds of indirect expressions that meant the same thing. So I want to believe she's out here because she might be even a little bit attracted to me.
Just a teensy bit.
I shook my head as I frowned upon my very selfish and inaccurate thoughts. She chuckled as though she knew what I was thinking. I felt myself starting to go red after that.
You're a very mysterious person, Jiro-san. I bet women don't leave you alone, huh? So why are you hanging out with a weirdo like me?
Oh my god. That is the sappiest line that Takano has ever said in her life. The
That's
weirdest.
the pickup line Ryukishi uses.
What are you doing with a weirdo like me in a place like this out in the rain?
Cox gun.
Yeah. Want to do some murder? Surprise. Bang. All right. A weirdo? No way. You're fascinating, Takano-san. I feel bad for making you spend a day with someone like me. What a fucking nerd.
Of course, I've decided to devote my life to my work, but life is too dry with only that. I need to switch gears once in a while and experience something wet and glistening like you. Besides, communicating with the opposite sex is good for the brain.
I mean, that's true. It's all good if I manage to help you clear your head.
Don't you feel refreshed just being with me?
She gives me an impish smile that makes my heart skip a beat. I tried hiding my embarrassment so she wouldn't notice even my ears going red. Of course, when I'm with you, I do feel refreshed, yes. Besides, if you learn about avian photography, I'll gain a buddy to share my hobby with. I've enjoyed the emphasis there.
This is like
I'll gain a buddy.
this is just amazingly cringeworthy. I love
it. Good. Look, never say that Ryukishi doesn't enjoy writing romance. He writes some good shit.
Those two statements can be mutually exclusive and should.
All I'm gonna say is go read a rewrite. Go read the Lucy out of rewrite. He writes very good romance if he can be bothered. Let's go. I'll gain a buddy to share my hobby with. So next time I'll bring my old camera. It's really expensive to buy a new one, you know?
Thank you. I'd love to learn about the avian photography that you're so intrigued by.
Wink.
And just like most human beings, we both use the word avian when describing bird watching.
Yeah. It's so good.
I'm looking forward to joining you on a stroll next time you go. So I don't need to buy a camera, do I?
I like to think she's parroting him, pun intended, just to make fun of him.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, even if that's not the intent, that's how I'm reading that. Oh, God.
I think it is, though.
Yeah. No. Try with my old camera first, and if you enjoy it, then you can buy one for yourself. I'll send it to you when I get back to Tokyo. She moved in closer.
Thank you.
Whoop.
Then I'll have you critique my photos when you come next time.
Sure. I can hardly wait to see your photos of avian photography.
It'd be nothing compared to yours. It'd be my very first time doing it, you
Oh
know.
my God. Well, while she keeps her cool and smiles, all I can do is blush and scratch my head. Am I being conceited? I can't help but think that Takano-san likes being with me. If it's mere flattery, I don't think she'd come along this far. Oh, no. Taking woman's flattery seriously is the mistake I always make. I shouldn't assume that she's attracted to me.
By the way, isn't this the first time we've been alone like this?
Well, yeah, you're right. Usually the director or some other research staff is around.
I don't know anything about you. I don't know exactly what you do in Tokyo, or what you've done in the past. I wonder what you do in the self-defense force.
Well, I was an instructor for a while, but I hurt my eye when I was injured. I can live life normally, but they made a big deal out of it, and ever since, all I do is desk work. Takano-san giggles, saying I must have done something silly to cause the injury. And when I helped PR with their magazine, I became fascinated by photography. Cameras have the power to make people happy. I bet you don't know what I'm talking about, but it's true. Since I started to take pictures, my life has been a lot happier.
How can a camera make someone happy?
How can writing make someone more,
All I know
more
is
enjoyable?
pain and suffering.
No, I only take pictures of dead people. Well, a camera takes a snapshot of a moment of life. Of course, you want to capture a moment that's filled with happiness, right? So you look for happiness through the viewfinder, and as you search, you realize your everyday life is actually filled with happiness. For example, a dandelion sprouting from the crack of the asphalt is just a weed in a busy life, but when you look at it through the viewfinder, it's a gift to let you know that spring is approaching. You capture it and put it in an album, and every time you open the album, you remember the happy feeling you had when you took the picture.
And we once again return to the point of Ryukishi's self-insert character being the
Yay.
extremely buff photographer with
Hell yes.
the big titty girlfriend.
Isn't that, wow, it's called out. Isn't that how you think of Ryukishi all the time? As a
There's
buff
only one
photographer?
image that I think of Ryukishi through.
Yeah, the smile. Yeah. The only picture I think that anybody needs.
We've seen other pictures, but it is the defining one.
It is the defining picture. There's a reason. Look, it's everywhere. I've seen it. Anytime someone talks about Ryukishi, that's the one they use.
It's
He's
still
a beautiful smile.
Honestly, my favorite thumbnail was the time I put him in the thumbnail during Umineko episode 7.
As you should. As you should.
It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So you always feel that way when you take your pictures?
Sure, I don't have ambitions of taking artistic photos or capturing a dramatic prize-winning moment. That's not important to me. I want those moments we don't notice, and helping us recognize those little moments of happiness is the greatest thing about cameras to me. So, I'm really glad to be able to see Hinamizawa through my viewfinder. But there are things you can't experience through your viewfinder, said Takano. Come on, let's go, Ryukishi! I have a tendency to go overboard when I talk, but most of the time Takano-san playfully twists my words right back at me, so it's very unusual for her to listen to me like this. Takano-san sat down next to me and tried to fiddle with my camera. I don't know how much of an impression I make, but I think she is indeed interested in cameras, specifically my camera. I was expecting her to tease me like usual, so I'm happy to see that this is her reaction. Do you want to try?
Do you think I can?
It's easy. First, you just need to learn how to focus and to press the shutter. Why don't you hold it? Oh, don't ever touch the lens, though.
This isn't easy. Oh, goodness, twisting things in circles and pressing buttons, it's far beyond the many decades of science education that I've put myself through.
I know, right? It's so difficult. Like in microbiology.
As a chemist, I work exclusively with hexagons, and these circles are just far too
I would never have use of a photo in my line of work or any kind of imagery, technology. That'd be crazy. It's all right. It's a lost art, Felix, the art of the camera person. Since she seemed to show an interest in cameras, I wanted to take a walk around Hinamizawa and take some pictures of the scenery, but unfortunately, the rain doesn't seem to want to stop. But she was still having fun and kept taking pictures inside of the bus stop at Hinamizawa, the Hinamizawa bus stop. So the first set of pictures she ever took were of odd things in that dark little building.
Wow, I get it, because it's the first picture.
Hinamizawa bus stop. It's the beginning. It's the beginning.
What a cute little reference.
I think it's very cute. Bus stops are great.
That is pretty cute, actually.
It's very cute.
Listen, my cynical, deep, dark, devoid heart, much like Takano and Rika.
I know.
Maybe devoid, deep, depressing, and dark, but that is cute.
It is cute. It's quiet as fuck. Since then, every time we'd meet, we ended up walking around the village with our cameras in our hands. Or in our purses, as the sprite would indicate for Takano. That's fine. So there you go. That was the scene where Takano played with Jiro's camera. It's good fun scene. In the rain.
In the rain.
As romantic things should be done in the rain.
Alrighty. I think we will conclude this stretch of this here, because it's been about an hour and a half.
I'm going to warn you, Felix. There are 40, 50 of these.
There are 50 of them.
Almost 50.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part 1 of us going through this, and that was number 4.
Yep.
So this is it. This is the bulk of the fucking show, guys. Get strapped in, and we will see you in the next part of Higurashi Matsurubayashi Let's Play with Takano and Magus.
We could probably do one more.
You're gonna cut it there, or you actually want to do one more?
I mean, I wasn't planning to, but you just dragged that out for so long. I was like, we really got to end this on a deflating note.
Good.
Shout out to all the people that have left this video are gonna come back to the next one and be like, hang on a minute.
What happened there? Where did you go? All right, sure.
So it's this one? You're 100% certain?
I'll double check. The top left. Yep, it's Irie next.
All right.
Cool, let's do it. So I guess that this is going to be Irie. Because I suppose what's going to happen is, because I saw there was one for all the club members too, we're going to follow them from their different perspectives. That's exciting.
That's crazy.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm enjoying this experience, because in the anime...
You're allowed to. You're meant to be judging me.
I know, I am judging you. But in the anime, there's none of this. There are, a lot of these scenes are, in the anime, That scene wasn't much.
Could you imagine if they put this mechanic into the anime?
Pick up your remote, your
remote, and you have to pick like one of 50 mini episodes.
I would be blown away.
And if you pick the wrong one, you have to go all the way back to the start.
Yeah, that'd be great. But no, like the coin dropping scene specifically was in there. But those scenes with Tomodachi and that I don't think are. It's been a while since I've watched the second season of the anime. I've like, because I went back and I rewatched the first season at one point, but I kind of stopped at the end of Superhero Moshi. I was like, I should watch the second season again sometime, and I never did. But anyway, point is, it's Irie time, so that means lots of terrible Nazi doctor accents, which I hope you can appreciate the full breadth of using that voice for this character by now.
I always can.
I'm glad. Group physical exams are very meaningful for our research. Although this is only for certain age groups, we can examine many of the Hinamizawa residents at the same time. It's a perfect cover for our research center. Also, there's sad music playing, which doesn't bode well.
It is very sad.
Also, because of several arrangements, we have a monopoly on the village's corpses and can perform autopsies on them too. There certainly wasn't an environment this rich in opportunity for those in the medical field. Our follow-up on the work of the late Dr. Takano is going smoothly. The amount of data he compiled is absolutely astounding. He truly was an incredible researcher.
Excuse me, Director.
Oh, Takano-san, thanks for your work.
We just received the rest of the test results from Tokyo.
Oh.
Here they are.
Oh, thank you. It's getting interesting, isn't it?
I'm glad we can share this joy.
Takano-san is my assistant who was sent from the Self-Defense Force. But she's far from the image I have of an SDF officer. Just like our research is being concealed, maybe her identity is concealed too. I'm sure her name is an alias as well. I'm just a doctor and a researcher. Without Takano's support, it would be impossible for me to manage this institution. She's a pipeline to her clients in Tokyo, my assistant, as well as a researcher who's an expert on Hinamizawa syndrome. Her existence is absolutely necessary here, 100%. The more I think about it, the more I feel this should have been the Takano Institute rather than the Irie Institute, and she should have been the director. But that was explained to me when they asked me to take this position, as we saw in the flashback. My client wanted a civilian to manage this place. They searched for a person who met their requirements, and there I was. I became the director. I have a feeling that I'm just a puppet on their strings, but I won't just sit here and do nothing. I was asked to research a rare disease. I am a researcher, so of course I'm excited about that. My client's goals might be different, but I'm here out of the desire to unravel the mysteries of Hinamizawa syndrome and be the first person to uncover a new mystery for mankind.
We have all this data that suggests the existence of a parasite as the cause of the syndrome, yet we still can't find factual evidence of the culprit microbe itself.
That's true. I thought we'd find it easily if we used an electron microscope. This isn't too smart to see with a regular microscope, so the invention of the electron microscope was a dramatic advancement in the world of medicine. However, it's very expensive, and there's no way for a normal doctor to acquire one.
But I have billions.
I am the billionaire this world needs! The late Dr. Takano said an electron microscope could find the cause of the disease, but it seems his theory has been proven wrong. Even Takano-san was hoping an electron microscope would find it, so she was very disappointed when she didn't uncover anything after all the autopsies she performed on those thousands of people. Our research seems to be having its first snag. It has actually stalled our work for several weeks now, so we need to think about where to go from here. Which means they're either smaller than macroscopic, or maybe there is something wrong with the specimen itself.
What do you mean?
I'm worried it's the other way around.
That's fine. Even if it is the other way around.
Well,
we have a system to capitalize on that.
I know we do. For example, as you know, wild mice have tons of fleas on them, but you can't find fleas on dead mice. That's because when the mouse dies, their habitat dies as well. Oh, we were right.
So if the host dies, the parasite's world will end too.
That's right. Just like you won't find a living human in a post-apocalyptic world.
Oh
What?
my goodness.
Is that how that works?
Franchises cancelled.
Franchise is ruined.
Keiichi at the end of Tatari Higurashi cancelled.
What?
What?
You're saying that's post-apocalyptic?
Fits the bill.
Does it?
Bunch of people rolling around in hazmat suits, everyone gassed to death
But
by
that's not
chemical
the whole
weapons.
world. That's not the whole world. That's just a small part of the world. That's people from outside
The rest of the world is
apocalyptic
overrated, Ben,
coming
as we've
in
learned
to
through
save
this series.
Keiichi.
As
He's
we've
a cute
learned
anime
through this
boy.
series,
No.
Hinamizawa is the superior town.
It is. It's where you go to get infected with parasites that are also cute girls.
Yes.
You can't defeat that. That was the comment I was going to make about the very first fragment, is that we actually got like narration from her perspective that was like, if only you had just left us alone.
Mhm.
Like, Hanyu isn't just like a magical person in that flashback. She is the microbes. She is the parasites, which is very weird.
Mhm. Therefore, we just have to look into the earth before it ends, right?
That's true. However, we need to think about human rights.
Oh,
Very important.
no, we don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say this when Takano like puts her earbuds in. It's like turns around.
I'm sorry, I had my brand here.
Yeah. It's hard to look into a brain while the patient is still alive. Examining a living human's brain is spooky, apparently.
Is this where Satoshi went?
Who knows?
Okay.
We'll have to find out. Examining a living human's brain. No matter how you sugarcoated it, that bore very grave meaning. From a medical standpoint, it's necessary, but we have rules and morals in this world, and we have to advance medicine within such boundaries unless you have a shitload of money. There was a time when I was studying lobotomies for the betterment of mankind. I don't think I was wrong. However, could I ever be forgiven under our ideas of ethics? I don't know. One day my judgment will be handed down by the devil.
Well, that's just leading the witness.
Whether I'm guilty or not, I have to accept it. As I reflected upon my own past, I heard a voice. It was Takano's.
Disappointing, honestly.
It was very clear and simple, yet it struck me with surprise.
Understood. Let me prepare a world on the verge of death.
What? I'm very startled. Sometimes the phrase advancing medicine bores the whisper of the devil, tempting us to accept sacrifices. I heard that devil whisper.
It's not that difficult. I just have to find a Hinamizawa resident who is about to... Yes, Satoshi, okay, sick. Who's about to die, that's all.
Maybe. But even if they're about to die, who would be brave enough to provide their body for such for still alive? Also, how would the timeline wind up if Satoshi is about to be taken into the facility at this very moment?
Well, that's where he went on the quote-unquote train.
Okay, fair enough.
Because we've had all of these... I'd kind of like... Oh my god. There's a moment in, I think it was Arc 3 I'm thinking of, where Keiichi said something along the lines of looking out at like a clean lab or some shit, and I was like, is this an allusion to Satoshi? And...
He's having like a nightmare hallucination
Because I think that's
yeah.
where I first made the joke about the secret underground lab.
Yep.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't make notes on any of this, as usual.
It's alright.
And then also, Irie has been...
I believe you made a joke about secret rooms, about how it was like this story was going to break all the rules, and that there was one secret room under the Sonozaki place, another one under the clinic. That was like where that line was.
That sounds right.
That sounds like about what you said. Not to lead the witness here, but...
No, but like the point I guess I was getting to, because that's more me saying when I first pinged on the idea, because that's what I associate it with. But I think Irie's general kind of guilt and misery about Sadako, I think has always been a bit too direct to not lead to something else, and if this is what it leads to, that kind of makes pretty direct sense.
Yeah.
But let's not dwell on it for too long, because we'll probably find out within the next 50-some
We'll find out very shortly. I'm just saying that in the timeline, we're right after, like, they're setting up shop, so I'm not sure that timeline entirely works out right now, but that's okay. That's why
he doesn't
here.
have to be, like, the first patient, right? There could have been others that they took in under that pretense. Say, for example, a construction site foreman. Say, for example, someone who is part of a construction site crew. Say, for example, oh my goodness, Ben, are you telling me we're about to uncover the curse of Hinamizawa here in the last chapter of the story? Ben's waving his hands to project me forwards, and I'm
like, keep talking, just keep going. Get crazier for me, please. All right, let's keep going.
I don't think there's any getting crazy here, Ben. We've reached the end, and
we've reached the craziest. You think we've reached the craziest point? You don't know. If you think this is as crazy as it's gonna get,
this isn't the craziest point. This won't be the craziest point. But like,
so long.
We've reached the end, and we're just gluing loose threads together.
We are. Gluing, I think, is an apt term.
Like, I can't even take that much credit for these ideas, because it's like, what's even left to stick together at this point?
What we're not being presented with clues at this point of this in the story, right? We're being presented with answers and the things that are right before answers. So let's continue.
Don't worry about that. If they're dying anyway, we're just going to put them to sleep a little sooner. On paper, of course.
The patient would be legally declared dead even though they're still alive, and we'd perform an autopsy while they're still alive. That's impossible. Besides, if we perform neurological surgery, we have to do a circular incision on the cranial area. The family will notice the marks for sure.
That's where we come in. I'll have the mountain dogs look for a patient in the local hospital that matches our needs immediately. All you have to do is wait with a knife and a fork in your hands. I'll bring you your meal right away.
Psychopath. Mio Takano-san is my partner, there's no question about that, but I just can't quite trust her. I don't know what's about her. Maybe it's the eyes, maybe it's blatant psychopathy. I just can't quite trust her. It's her extremities as a researcher which contrast largely with mine. But are we so different, you and I? I'm here simply waiting with life and death in my hands. No. I'm here simply waiting with a knife and fork in my hands, just as she told me to. I just don't want to witness such a gruesome scene, that's all. What she's preparing for me now is exactly what I want. Who's the hypocrite? Not her, it's me. How can I say I'm different, knowing what I've done in the past? I performed lobotomies without the patient's consent, despite it being surgeries that might affect their life forever. How is that different from what she's doing?
I've learned from my mistakes, so other people can murder people too, so they can learn from theirs.
Yeah. Other people can commit my mistakes, and that's fine. I don't have an ethical responsibility to stop them. It's good. It's good shit. Irie is a dummy. More news at 11. I have never doubted my past achievements. However, when I look at her, I start to feel slightly uneasy. Takano-san is talking to Okonogi-san on the intercom in my office. I'm sure she's telling him to come over so she can explain him what was just discussed. I'm simply watching without stopping her. I began to reflect upon my past, to reflect why I chose to become a doctor. And there you go. That's the scene.
That's the scene.
Next time.